Will Nifty come back to 17,400 or 500 levels, or will it make a new high? Just Make Money, find out yourself. Welcome to Just Make Money and a very happy new year. In Just Make Money, you get a very professional outlook right from the trading desk in a very short and concise manner. You don't have to dip deep into any sort of data or information. All you have to do is just to rely on what we are providing. You can counter check through us, you can cross check through us, or you can simply rely on what we are giving to you. Today, we are going to talk about Nifty or Sensex, where they're going to head in near term. I, Sumeet Kumar, with more than 25 years of experience in international and domestic financial market, I'm a SEBI registered research analyst. I am advisors to corporates, HNIs, and NRIs. My services are generally on paid basis, but what I'm providing to you through this platform is totally free. So let's talk about where Nifty is going to go. But like before, we are going to start with international market. We are going to check first of all where Dow Jones and Nasdaq they are going to go, and depending upon their movement, we will see and we will correlate and find out how Nifty and Sensex are going to behave. So let's start with Dow Jones. This is a previous video chart, price chart, weekly chart, where we had shown to you that it is highly likely that they are going to touch, Dow Jones is going to touch 32,500 levels, which it actually did. Now, after having touched it, it bounced back slightly, bounced back close to say 33,500 or so, roughly, and thereafter it has been congesting, wanting to take a direction. Luckily, we are in a new year. Now, as per Western trading pattern, January gives a new direction to the market. What happened in December? Because December is their closing time in the Western countries. They close their books, they close their trades, and they calculate their profit or losses, and they restart in January. So how is going to behave? How international markets, especially Dow Jones and Nasdaq, they're going to behave? Dow Jones and Nasdaq. First of all, Dow Jones. I had shown to you that it is a breakout pattern. Most likely, it should be going up, but Dow Jones is giving conflicting signals. Weekly chart pattern shows that it should be bouncing back from the levels of say 32,500 or so. But daily price pattern, which are equally important, they are showing that it should come down. And it should come down heavily, where we are going to see later on. In my next video, I will be showing to you how Nasdaq and Dow Jones are going to behave and what is their price target. First of all, what we have to look into in this video is the direction, the trend. So the trend looks like for Dow Jones to be on the downside. Let's go to Nasdaq now. Now this is the previous price pattern of Nasdaq, where they had been congesting in a downward channel. It tried to move a bit, but it had remained subdued quite a bit, much lower than Dow Jones. That is, the technology stocks, they are highly subdued. Now, they have congested a lot. They had been giving a conflicting signal again. As we talked about Dow Jones, that weekly price chart had been showing a upward trend, but daily price chart had been showing a downward trend. Similar is my concern with Nasdaq. This weekly pattern shows consolidation and upward move, but our downward pattern, downward chart shows a touching down towards 9,000. Now, That's a significant move. That's almost 10%. So all in all, what we can say is that in short term, Nasdaq and Dow Jones should be going down. So does it imply the same thing for Nifty and Sensex? Let's see. Now this was our previous uh, price chart for Nifty. I had given a figure of 18,000 level, that if 18,000 is breached, then we should assume that a 6 months upward pattern is broken for the market for Nifty, and it should be coming down. Now where it should come down, is it really broken? Let's see in our latest price chart. Now this is the latest price chart for Nifty, where we can see that 18,000 was breached before Christmas. It closed around 70,800, and again around 19th of December 2022 it pulled back close to 18,200. That was the settlement period for December contracts in Nifty contracts. And since this upward trend line is breached, then it will be very safe to sell Nifty contracts, to become bearish, to exit our portfolio, if not fully, then at least partially, where we have good profits, or say even if we are break even, we should exit. It's not a time to buy. It will be, I would say, not prudent, not reasonable to buy at these levels when the charts, when the price patterns are showing a downward move. Very clearly, this is a weekly pattern I'm showing to you. Very clearly, the market has broken this upward trend line, which was there for 6 months, which the market respected for 6 months, and it has remained under that trend line for, I should say, 10 days. So it will be in our interest that we should be doing it. Now let's see what happens for Sensex. I told to you that if Sensex breaches 60,200 levels, which was the trend line, upward trend line for the last 6 months, then we should be cautious about the market. We should be selling actually. We should try to exit the market, exit our profits. We should book profits. We should not expect a new high. Now let's see what is the latest trend for Sensex. Now this is the latest trend for Sensex, which is similar to what had happened with Nifty. It had broken 60,200, and again it has pulled back, but it has remained close to or under this trend line, which was drawn from the which was drawn from the lows of say around under 51,000 or around 51,000 and till date. So Sensex also gives a sell signal. So all in all, American markets, they are giving in short term a sell signal. Indian markets, they are giving a very clear cut sell signal. So we should be selling it. Now what should be the target? What should be target for our let's say Sensex, which is the current one which I'm showing to you? The target for Sensex should be close to say 59,000. Close to 59,000 or even under 59,000. Now what should be the target for, let's say, Nifty? Now the target for Nifty, it should be roughly 17,500 or 400. This is where it should be going. It had breached and it should be going there, and it is highly likely that the movement is going to be swift, very fast. So trade accordingly. This is a pre-warning. This is a advanced signal that I'm providing to you about our markets, general market, that is Nifty and Sensex. Trade cautiously and just make money. So if you have liked our video, a very precise and concise, without going into any sort of data or informations or any sort of multiple channels of communication where you get lots of views and get confused. If you have really liked our effort to provide you a simple, concise information about the market with a bit of logic then please, I would suggest like it, share it with people who have similar kind of interest, and subscribe it so that you always get updated when we have a next video coming in. Thank you. Happy trading.